that was annoying as fuck. Jesus. Oh my god. Fucking OneDrive not letting me update Final Fantasy 14. Like,
Well,
excuse me, what?
rings of healing. I don't need earrings and rings of healing, please.
Capture Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, the music for this is dope. It's one thing Final Fantasy was always good at. Music is always good. Okay, this boss seems easy enough. Dodge lasers. Don't stand in them like an idiot.
Makes sense.
Seems simple enough.
I just switched to the Realm Reborn title, just to see.
I say that as I almost stand in it. Yeah.
It's not a bad title.
No, it's basic. The Heavensward one's pretty cool.
Should I watch the opening cinematic?
Why not?
Okay. Lots of snow, footprints. Dude walking with a big axe. It's Ishgard! Yay!
Let it boots roll out. Okay, this boss isn't too bad. Gotta stay out of the way of the beams.
No, don't drink the poison. I didn't want to watch that again in higher definition.
What do you mean? Why not? Oh, there's rockets now? Cool. Oh, they go really slow though. Okay, that's kind of funny. Just these slow rockets. Oh, it booted me into the cannon. I thought I was close. Oops. My mistake.
Dragon.
Honestly, this is a cool dungeon. I'm impressed.
That's good. I'm watching a fun dragon that we presumably get to fight eventually. Oh wait, nope, looks like it's getting killed. Dragoon.
That was a cool boss. Helm of Fendon, you don't need that. Oh, another earring of casting. No, I don't really need that.
It's John Everyman.
What?
Just the default character that they use for the cutscenes to represent.
Yeah.
Ooh, lots of floating islands. It's Sid. Hey look, lots of dragons. It's time to fight the Horde. Normally when you need to fight, you keep your armor on, you don't drop it on the floor. Wait, I thought that guy died.
The right dragons?
Dragons?
Oh, this is cool.
Oh, You're flying on the dragons. While I'm watching us beat up dragons in cutscenes.
Pretty cool.
That's neat.
Spoilers for dragons, I guess?
Friends with dragons. Now you're attacking the dragon? Oh no, the thing behind the dragon.
Which is other dragons.
Which is other dragons.
At least I can't see anything.
Ooh, Heaven's Word title is pretty.
Mm.
Big dragon.
Oh, I love it when my casting gets interrupted because something dies. It's the worst thing.
Level 55 White Mage. Sheila Cassinis.
Was it final boss dungeon time? Probably. I watched their cutscene, screw everyone else.
Yeah, so last time, after you left, I did the run around Ishgard side quests and talked to people. And then I did 2 of my White Mage quests.
Nice.
So I have my Lily stuff now.
Oh, a blood lily? Or whatever?
Yes. I don't remember what the ability's actually called. I think Blood Lily's right. That sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So now I also learned Asylum, which creates an AoE of regen, and a Flatus Solus, which takes 1 Lily and 0 MP for the same cure potency as Cure 2. And I believe I can do 1 more, which will unlock Stone 3. It's taken a while, but our request to pass through Ishgard has been granted. We may now continue on to the Western Highlands. First, I suggest we make a brief stop in Falcon's Nest. If there has been an anomaly in the area, the locals may be able to tell us something. And we're going to Ishgard. But again, it's not that far away. I'll run.
Summoner out here pulling the boss.
Summoner is?
No, he started casting. But that's because the tank was sleeping.
Nice.
Okay, what is this? Okay, nails. They explode in the order? Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, Christ.
No, that's the... Is it the gate guard? Okay. Ah, yes. Thank you. Okay. So.
No. Oh, it is moving. It does it like 4 times.
Nice. So, Wednesday, I decided I was going to clean up a bit, because my room's a mess. And in cleaning up, I realized that I need space to put what I'm keeping from the mess I cleaned up. Like on shelves or something, right? Which means I need to clean up my shelves, because the reason why it was all over the floor in the first place was because the shelves were full. So Wednesday and Thursday, Wednesday I cleaned up all the mess on the floor and did half my shelves.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process, deciding it's time to throw stuff out and stuff like that, right? I'm getting a call.
Shrinking safe zones. I don't like this. Yeah.
Hello? Hi. They want me to go back to work. Ha! I'm cleaned up. I'm all settled in. I'm not going back to work.
What's there?
Whatever. I didn't say I'd be available tonight, because I knew I'd be streaming. Anyways, so I'm cleaning up. Oh, okay. I need to go there. Sorry, I'm trying to read at the same time as I'm trying to tell the story. So I clean up.
Right. Concentrate at the same time as listening.
Yeah, so half the shelves Wednesday and all the floor. And then Thursday I do the rest of the shelves and just rotate around the rest of the room, ending with my desk. And I threw out a bunch of stuff. I put some stuff to go to storage. I actually got rid of stuff for once, because I'm a bit of a hoarder and pack rat when it comes to keeping stuff. I broke my wrist in grade 8. I had a buckle fracture in grade 8. I still had the cast in my closet. I kept a cast for almost 4 years of high school, for almost 10 years. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Anyways. So, when I started, I knew, like, I had to be more serious about actually getting rid of stuff, because I knew that my room is full of stuff like that. So I actually threw out a lot of stuff.
Spoilers, I guess. Don't watch this cutscene.
I can't read anything. I just see Big Dragon. So I end with my desk. And first thing I do is do a light vacuum over... Oh, I guess I should pay attention to this cutscene.
Yours?
Yeah.
Mine.
Because to do my White Mage quest, I had to go to a new area, but to get to the new area, I have... It's where one of the story quests leads.
Oh, yeah.
So, cutscene.
To the hamlet of Falcon's Nest. Once abandoned, now freed of its pall of snow and ash, she came.
That's me. It's me. Cutscene over? Okay, I'm just gonna stand here because I'm afraid that anything I do is gonna start something.
What?
So first thing I do is I lightly vacuum off the keyboard to get any dust from between the keys and everything. And then I close it, which I have my settings set up so that while it's plugged in, it doesn't go into sleep mode when I close it. And like I vacuumed off the top and the back and the sides and everything. And I left both my hard drives plugged in. And at this point, I need to move the laptop so I can vacuum under and around it. So I unplugged the HDMI from my monitor. I unplugged the headset because that's easy to just plug back in. And I unplug the power. And I pick up the 2 hard drives and the computer and I go put it on my bed. And I've had issues with my computer going into sleep mode and getting stuck in the past. So I'm pretty sure I changed all the settings so that it doesn't go into sleep mode unless it's like about to die and off battery, like on battery. Off power, on battery.
What the hell is this?
Flesh wall. And I proceed with cleaning up the rest of the desk. So I guess the hour and a half to 2 hours that the computer was sitting on the bed closed was enough that the battery got low enough that it went into sleep mode. Because
probably overheated or something.
No, everything felt fine when I picked it back up. So like I set up my play mat and my like mouse pad and put the computer back on, plugged it back in, opened it up as I plugged everything else back in. Headset, HDMI, whatever. And it turns on. It's in sleep mode. And for once, it actually wakes up. Usually it gets stuck in sleep mode and I have to make it do a hard shutdown to get it out. I was half joking about the flesh walls. And I didn't notice anything at the time, so I just continued setting up the monitor and getting everything else back into place. Later, because I was playing on, because Thursday is new game stream, which I still haven't announced, so I'm not gonna even tell you yet. And I wanted to check if I had a GIF yet, which I keep on the one hard drive. Which is when I discovered couldn't connect. Just, it said that hard drive wasn't connected, which is weird because the other hard drive was perfectly fine. They both went through the same thing. So I played around with it. I did all the troubleshooting I could. And the power light on that hard drive is very faint. So I couldn't really tell if it was turning on or not. And I didn't stream that night because I was trying to figure this out. So I left the hard drive plugged in overnight. Eventually I was like, nothing I'm doing is working. I'm just going to go to bed and try again in the morning. So I left it plugged in overnight. And when I got up in the morning, I could feel, when I picked up the hard drive, I could feel the disks inside moving. So it was getting power. Like, it was running. Like, it took all night to warm up, but it was running. So, like, I'm looking in disk management, I'm looking in device manager. Computer is not picking it up at all. So, I ended up calling the Seagate, because both my hard drives are Seagate external hard drives.
Mm-hmm.
So I called their support, gave them the serial number, and the guy I talked to, his name was Jesus, spelt Jesus, pronounced Jesus. He was super helpful, very nice. Thank you very much, Jesus, if you ever hear this, for your help. But the warranty expired in September, but he gave me a one-time code to send it to their lab and have them try to do data recovery on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get all my files off it, which I suppose, thinking of it after, I should have asked if I would be getting like a replacement hard drive with everything on it, or
Yeah, like what it entails,
what. But like, if they just email me all the files, I'm fine with that as well. I'll fucking buy a new hard drive.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal to me, as long as I can, because there's some school stuff on that. Like, the last year's worth of school stuff was on that hard drive, and I don't have any backups of that.
Yeah.
Like, 90% of what was on that hard drive was backups from like 7 different USB drives, and like when I worked on stuff on my mom's computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that stuff isn't important. It's all on other devices. But the last year's worth of school and stuff is not backed up anywhere.
Yeah.
So that I need. That I want back. So if they just end up sending me the files, that's fine. If they don't, if they do something else, that's fine as well. But yeah, so like, and it's funny because Jesus said, like, the only way to really troubleshoot it is to get the computer to recognize that it's there, which is the one thing the computer wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure if the computer was picking it up, I could have finished troubleshooting it myself and gotten it to work again.
Yeah, but it just wasn't.
But it just wasn't getting picked up by the computer. Any computer, because I tried it in my mom's laptop too. Like, it just wouldn't connect to anything. And like I said, I left it plugged in overnight and it was getting power. It was, I could feel it working. But yeah, so that was a great way to end 2 days of hard work cleaning. To go into full panic mode because one of my hard drives isn't working.
Yeah, no, that's crappy. It's almost as bad as when I went to go sell my old computer and I reset it and came back in the morning to look at it and Windows had like destroyed itself and blue screened.
Oh no.
And I was like gonna sell it like by the end of the week. And I'm like, the person I was selling it to, I'm like, oh, I'll fix it. Don't worry. Trust me.
That's nice.
So I did. Well, I was gonna fix it regardless because I wanted to know why it happened. And I figured if I can fix it once, that means I can fix it if it ever happens again.
Yeah.
And I did some thinking while I was trying to fix it, and I think what happened was So I had Linux installed on that computer. So when the computer booted, it gave you the option to choose Linux or Windows. So
Ah.
when Windows was reinstalling from like the factory install, it restarted, got to that screen, and went to Linux instead of Windows.
Because you weren't there to tell it.
To tell it, yeah. So then when I came down in the morning and thought, okay, like it's fine.
Yeah, Windows won't run on Linux,
No.
and vice versa.
Yeah. So I think that's what screwed it up. But then, on the other hand, when I did come down here, and it was like not working and everything was like black screen, and I turned the computer off and turned it back on, my motherboard started beeping at me. So then I had to go find the codes for what the beeps meant. So that was a fun time. So in the end, I unplugged like everything. I plugged it all back in and it fixed it. So I think like the RAM or something got screwed up. And like plugging it and unplugging it, plugging it back in, fixed it. But then I had to fix Windows. So I can't remember what I did in the end. I had to like manually wipe the hard drive from the command line, then manually format the hard drive from the command line, and then it would install Windows again.
Fun.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I think that's why I did it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I guess that's my story for the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. In good news, my mom was looking at Fitbits and smartwatches and offered to get me one as an early birthday present. So I have a Samsung Galaxy Watch now.
I've always looked at them. They look pretty nice.
Yeah. I like it mostly for the volume control and like that, being able to quick respond to texts and messages and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was looking at it for the health tracking stuff, heartbeat, footsteps, whatever, which I'll use, but that's not the main purpose of why I wanted it. If that was the main purpose, I would have gotten a Fitbit, but
Yeah.
it wasn't. So, by the way, you're not streaming to Discord anymore.
Oh, I know. That was purposeful. Because there was big spoilers.
Okay.
So.
Just making sure.
No, that was purposeful.
I mean, let's be completely honest, I'm not paying attention to your stream, so it's just something else for people watching to look at. But if you don't want me to accidentally get spoiled on something, then that's fine too.
Well, no, if it was something like that happens later or something that you won't see, but it was directly connected to what you've recently seen, so I wasn't gonna like.
Makes sense.
That was more why. If it was anything else, I wouldn't be worried, because I'm sure by the time you get around to it, you either will have forgot about it or look at it and say, oh, that's what that was. So.
I'm sure I'm gonna forget about it regardless.
I totally forgot Cordola existed.
I don't know who that is. Oh, I've just been doing quests. There's a giant aetheryte I should attune to. Doing this would be useful to being able to come back here. Rogue slash no. That's the one. Ooh, I'm getting the new. Getting a new White Mage robe.
What?
Oh, Matt, I have a webtoon recommendation for you.
Mm-hmm.
The Strongest Florist.
Yeah, I already read it.
Okay.
I read it before it was on Webtoon. It's fantastic.
It is so fucking good.
It's really good. I got it recommended by another friend, and he's like, you have to read this. It's so dumb and it's great.
It's so dumb, but it's so perfect too. Like,
it's good.
I love it.
I don't know how far the Webtoon one is, but it gets pretty good.
I keep trying to fly, and I'm like, why isn't it working? Because I haven't
can't.
unlocked it in the area yet.
No, I don't know if you've got the Aetheryte compass, and then you have to go around and get all the Aetheryte things. And...
I don't even have this map uncovered yet.
Yeah. Where's the list? Okay, yeah, no, it just gets better, trust me.
I'm trying to... Because I fast passed a few episodes. And, he's out of the forest now, and, fell into the secret dungeon in the desert.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like...
Yeah, the sand dungeon?
Yeah, like one chapter into the sand dungeon.
Okay. No, it's good. I haven't read it in quite a while, so I'll probably just keep reading it on Webtoon. Because I don't even remember where I found it online. I just happened across it after I got it recommended. So at least now it's on somewhere where I can actually support people.
My watch keeps turning on. And it keeps distracting me. And I'm like, am I getting something, or is it just sensing the slight movement of my wrist and turning on? And every time it's just barely sensing the movement and turning on.
I know it's just how the race of like characters look, but man, Astinian's neck is too long. It looks really strange. I mean, it's just how I forget the name of the race. It's just how they are. Like when you make your character, it's even that. It's just, it looks strange sometimes.
So for spells like my Asylum, where I can do an AoE, is there a way to quick cast it centered on myself or something? Or do I have to always aim it?
I'm sure there's probably macros that do something like that. I couldn't tell you. I've never really put one together. I'll have to ask, because I know other people that play White Mage, and I'll have to see. Because I feel like that's something they would do. Seems like a very end thing, so I'll
I mean, if I'm being completely honest, like, unless I'm standing in a particularly dangerous spot, which is just stupid of myself. Like, I really don't see why, like, you wouldn't be close enough to people to cast Asylum anyways. Like, at least for myself, like, I try to get pretty close so that I can use Medica on all the tanks and everybody at the same time. So, like, typically I try to stand closer than the ranged people,
Or in the middle.
yeah, like, I'm trying to stand between the tanks and the ranged fighters. And when I do that, if something spawns behind me, I don't usually get targeted first.
I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just never really got around to it because none of the astrology AoEs I have unlocked yet, like the placeable ones. So it just hasn't come up for me, so I haven't really gone looking for it. But I'm sure you can do it. I just don't know off the top of my head. Because I know you can do stuff like targeting the target of your target. Because that's how my one friend plays healers. Like, he'll target the tank, and then in targeting the tank, it targets, his attacks target the target that the tank is, like, on.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I wonder how you do that.
Dude, I have to ask him, because I've been meaning to do it. I just haven't played healer in a while, so it hasn't come up. So I'll have to see.
I suppose at some point we should play with the whole, what's it called?
Oh, like the guild or whatever. I haven't. I've only played with the people that I specifically know. So, and none of them are playing the game right now. So.
Why can't I remember what they're called?
FC.
That's it.
Free Company, yeah.
Free Company.
I haven't, aside from the people that I specifically know. And
I mean,
most.
I'd like to meet those guys at least. I think I've met some of them.
Yeah, some of them I think you've met.
I think I've played Genshin with a couple of them. I don't know who specifically, but I believe some of the people in those calls were.
Yeah, I think so. But none of them are really playing right now. The one guy isn't going to play till the expansion drops because he's like, why pay for the subscription when I'm just going to log on and do the, patches every couple of months. Like, it's a waste. Which makes sense. Like, if I wasn't playing with you, like, every week, I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah. I'm terrible about that. Like, I usually wanted to play at, like, the drop of a hat, so I just never turned my subscription off. I'm sure that there's been months where I didn't play at all and wasted the money, but at the same time, if I want to play once, then I'm gonna be upset that I have to pay to play for.
Well, yeah.
Like, I have to go set up the payment, play for whatever I wanted to play, and then oops, got busy, didn't get to play again for the rest of the month.
No, that's fair. But everyone I know that's usually playing is playing Warframe or like just other stuff till the expansion comes out, so probably won't play it then.
My thought was always, even if I don't end up playing like a lot in a particular month, I'm still supporting a game that I like.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can agree with that.
Back to trying to avoid all enemies because they're high enough level that they get attracted to me again.
Yeah, eventually they're gonna reveal another melee DPS, I think.
Ooh,
That's the rumors, because we have another healer. The only thing we're missing is another melee class.
Well, let's see. 4 tanks, 3 melee, or 4 melee DPS.
Or no.
Yeah. Samurai, Rogue, Lancer, Pugilist. There's 3,
Oh, yeah.
There's 3 range DPS and 3 healers.
Yeah.
And 4 magical range DPS.
Yeah. I forgot about the Rogue.
So. Hey. Oh. That's a hole. Won't let me jump off. It's just a bit of ice. I could jump off there. Ice without ice physics. I love this game.
Yeah, no, there's ice physics. It's fine.
I mean, by all rights, there should be ice physics.
I mean, they do have it in some of the dungeons. It's a thing.
Yeah. I can just imagine 1,000 players just sliding down these ice rivers in this area. How?
It's just chilling in the background.
Oh, it's over here.
Love it.
Hello, polar bear. I would not like to fight you. There is no reason for us to fight.
Oh, another cut. Why am I not shocked?
Register the Chocobo Porter. I will probably never use a Chocobo Porter again.
I don't.
I used them before I got a mount.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, it makes sense.
The Dreaming Dragon. Cute. Oh. Oh, okay. I was wondering if there was new Hunter Journal stuff, but nope.
Oh, no. Yeah, you don't get any more. That's it, I think.
You get your 5 ranks, and that's it.
Yeah, as far as I know. Man, Thancred's new outfit is dope. Let's be honest, it's way cooler than his other outfits.
Thancred's always cool, though.
Yeah, but like, tell me the outfit isn't cool. I know my stream probably looks like crap, but like
You're
a
not
long
streaming
coat.
right now, unless I just...
No? But I was.
I left it open. I assumed it would just pick right back up.
Probably not.
Hello, Ice Commanders.
No, I am streaming though.
Okay. I'll reopen it in a second. I have to kill 2 Ice Commanders.
I got them yesterday. Hilarious.
Oops. Oh, shoot. That was a lot.
That's okay, you missed a good pan away.
Yeah, I was at half health. I was just like, nope, I'm gonna put Asylum down.
Back to the Rising Stones. At least there's a teleport point. God, the Waking Sands never had the teleport point. That sucked. Back to Mordona. Alright.
I mean, it wasn't the farthest run, but...
It was still kind of a pain. Well, it was a pain when you couldn't fly.
Yeah. Or before you get a mount.
Yeah. Like, I know why there's not an Aetheryte crystal, like, lore-wise it makes sense. But, like, from a game standpoint, it's like, please.
Mm-hmm.
Craig was literally here. Where'd he disappear? Oh, he's in the corner. Oh, Mike. When he was in the front of the group.
Hello, new friend. You hate us, but we're gonna become best friends by the end of this quest line. I can tell. Don't know. Didn't get a name. Alakwa? Alaka?
I don't remember.
Oh, White Mage. This is White Mage specific.
Oh, I thought it was story. I'm like, what? I don't remember the name.
I mean, it's my story.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What's interesting to hear about the Charlians and something other than the astrologian storyline?
Yeah. I know a little bit about the Rogue and Ninja storyline because of streams I've watched way back when. But for the most part, all the other classes are, well, complete mysteries to me.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot more map up this way than I thought there'd be. But that looks like it uncovered all of it, I think.
I get to go to Charlian. Be cool.
I'm just exploring the snow. Just having fun, running around.
They're finally gonna talk about what is actually Heidelman's voice. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's...
Or at least they've been, like, looking into it.
like what the... Like
Like what it actually entails.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Glad they decided to wait like 12 years to do that.
Well, it makes sense now because plot-wise, Shadowbringers brings up questions about the actual backstory behind Heidelman. So like to the characters, it's like, okay, well, what is the actual nature of this? Like, our idea and perception of what it is has been, like, entirely shattered, you know?
Oh, by the way, we were just wrong.
No, literally, it's basically what happens.
That's good.
As far, yeah, pretty much.
I wonder if they always planned for that, or
It wouldn't surprise me.
if this is them retconning. some parts of it, in a way.
Possibly? I don't know.
I would have faith that it was planned this way, but you never know.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of it has to be planned, like, you know, the Asians as characters, I assume have been planned from the beginning, and, like, the major stuff like that.
Well, the
their
Asians were included in Realm Reborn, so...
Yeah. I don't know. I'd be curious to know what was, like, if they've just kept the story going, and they, like, know, you know, in advance.
Yeah,
like by years, the plot. Like, if they've written it all out, and they just build
yeah, like,
around
do
it.
they have the entire story written out, and they just decide how much of it is going to be included in the next expansion, or like, do they write the next expansion and like have an idea of where it'll go after, but for the most part they don't think about it other than what they're writing for that expansion?
I don't know, because, like, they clearly reference things that have already happened, right?
Yeah, but
Or,
it's,
like,
it's easy to reference things. It's a lot harder to set things up, right? If you don't know what's coming.
yeah, well, I mean...
Like, you can
I mean,
you can set up a character to have one kind of plot, or like motivation, and then change your mind later, and you just have to find a way to work what they've done into the new motivation,
yeah.
which
Yeah, no,
doesn't
that makes sense.
always work. But it, like, I would say that the main plot lines, like with the Asians, the what are they called? Yeah.
The Garleans.
Yeah, the Garleans, the Asians, like, well, like
I
what
mean,
happened with Ulda, stuff like that is all, well, I guess I can't really say anything about the Ulda thing, because that still happened in first expansion, but like even before the in-between for A Realm Reborn and Heaven's Word, they were setting stuff up with Ishgard.
Yeah, like they had made reference to it, so I assume some of the plot is at least created beforehand. Like, we know for a fact that the next expansion is the end of this arc that we've been through. Like, they've outright stated it, so...
Yeah, like, I would not be surprised if everything from beginning to that was written out, at least in general plot lines.
Probably, because they've changed, like, writers, I believe. Because, like, Shadowbringers has a different writer than the, like, base game, you know, I think, if my memory serves me right. I'll have to double check that. But yeah, no, I'd be curious to see how much of it they make in advance.
Well, I guess we just gotta get hired by Square Enix.
Oh, yeah.
Find out for ourselves.
Right now, the director of this game is making the next Final Fantasy game.
I forgot that Final Fantasy 16 is supposed to be a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. There's a trailer. 2, I think.
Well, Matt, there was also a trailer for Elder Scrolls 6 and Metroid Prime 4.
Metroid Prime 4 hasn't been talked about, I like. over 800 days, so, yeah.
Yep. I believe, yeah, 800 days would be 2 years. So yeah, neither has been mentioned.
I only say that because I seen an article about it
years.
recently.
Yep.
But it's been that long. But they restarted development for Metroid Prime, like
Did
entirely. Yes, they said, "Hey, we don't like the direction this is going. We're restarting development."
I think I remember hearing something about that, but
So I think they started the game somewhere else and then gave it back to Platinum? No. Well, I forget the exact developers for the Metroid Prime series, but they had a different developer and then they gave it back to the original ones. That's what happened.
Yeah, I am curious to see what 4 will be like, story-wise, especially because 1 and 2, oops, I was trying to not fall there. I died from fall damage. I'm just trying to explore this area and I fell and I died to fall damage. Yeah, I'm curious to see what the main plot line for, or like what the story of Metroid Prime 4 is going to be, because 1 and 2 were very similar. Like they definitely seemed written together with slight foreshadowing to what 3 would be about. Like there were hints of Phazon existing in the world in 1 and 2. But it didn't really matter until 3.
Yeah.
And then 3 was like all about Phazon and Chocobo renaming. I mean, I'm not going to, but
Yeah, I'm curious to see how 4
yeah,
will be.
because 3 was like a definite end. Like you completely wipe out the Phazon from.
There's such good games though. I never played Metroid Other M though. I know it exists.
Okay. I'm gonna be completely honest. I like Metroid Other M, which is a hot take. But the reason why I like it and why other people don't is because it was actually the second Metroid game I ever played.
Well, so you didn't know that's preconceptions about it. It was just,
My only preconception to it was Metroid Prime 3.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy... Matt, how do I get to the Western Highlands?
1 sec, I have to open the stream.
I died and I don't know how to go back.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of the map, so just let me open the stream and I can tell you.
It says there's a gate here, but there's a wall that won't let me by. I'm pretty sure I talked to the Chocobo porter before to get through. And this guy just says that, yeah, it's a gate. Do I actually have to hire a porter to go through?
Wait, where are you trying to go?
Falcon's Nest. Okay. Yep, had to hire a porter.
What? No, you could have just went to Falcon's Nest.
It wouldn't let me through.
You could have just Aetherite Crystal to it.
I think this was actually cheaper, I'm gonna be completely honest.
It might be. But no, I'm just saying you could have just used the crystal. Just crystal to it.
No, that doesn't help. That is true, Matt, but I would have liked to be able to just walk through the gate. Also, if I was here in Foundation, why did the porter come from here?
Okay.
Interesting. This should be, yeah, it's just 100 because I'm right here. Anyways, yeah, so I forget who. Someone gave me Metroid Prime 3, probably for birthday or Christmas. Probably my parents. And I liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Never saw or played any Metroid game before that. And so, funny thing, Blockbuster was going out of business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, we went to the clearance sale on like one of the last few days that they were still open and selling stuff. And you know, me being me, I didn't pick a movie or TV show on DVD as the one thing that my parents would buy from Blockbuster clearance sale. I picked Metroid Other M. And I took it home and I played it and I got stuck for about 2 hours on the first section.
Mm-hmm.
But once I figured that out, so have you watched any playthroughs or anything about Metroid
It's
Other M?
been quite a while, but I do remember bits and pieces. I don't remember the opening now.
Okay, so Metroid Prime 3 is a first-person shooter where you aim with the Wii sensor bar, right?
Yeah, that much I do know.
Okay, so Metroid Other M is a, I guess 3D. It's like a 2D side scroller with 3 dimensions and occasionally like uses the 3rd dimension, right? And so you don't play with Wii Remote and Nunchuck. You play with the single Wii Remote turned sideways. So movement is with the D-pad, jump is 2, shoot is 1, morph ball was A, and then plus was pause, minus I think was like gear, and I think B does something, but I don't remember what.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be thinking, Evan, you described all the normal things in a Metroid game, but what about missiles? Are there no missiles? No, there's missiles, Matt. Do you want to know how you use missiles?
Sure. 1 and 2?
You turn the Wii remote and point it at the sensor bar, which makes Samus stand still, and you go into first person mode to aim. And to move, like, now I remember what B does. While you're in this mode, if you hold B, you can, like, rotate. If you let go of B, you just stay.
Huh. That's such an odd...
And that's how you use missiles. I think, yeah, you have to aim at something, hold B to lock onto it, and then you press A to fire missiles. And you can also shoot like this, but you can't move.
Yeah. Huh.
Which, to be fair, there is a dodge mechanic in Metroid Other M. So, if you're about to get hit by something, you can press a direction on the D-pad, and Samus will dodge in that direction from whatever was about to hit her. When you're in first-person mode, you can't always see everything, so the sides of the screen, because like you're in her visor, so like the edges of the visor view turn green. So if you press a direction, like it zooms out, she does the dodge, and then it zooms back into first person.
Huh.
So at the very least, you can
Sounds
still
terribly
dodge.
convoluted for firing missiles.
Yeah. Oh, and to fire super missiles, you have to have a, like, you can, okay. So, like I said before, you press 1 to fire, and you can hold 1 to charge and have a charge shot.
Yeah.
So if you're holding 1 and you rotate the remote and put it onto something, you fire you can, like, when you let go, if you're logged onto something, it'll fire a missile or super missile if you have them unlocked. Otherwise, you have to log onto it and then press and hold A to, like, charge to fire the super missile. So but now you're trying, but now you're trying to hold the bottom of the remote while you turn the remote and try to aim it. Like, when you're actually playing, it's not that complicated, right? Like, it may sound complicated, and on paper it may look a little complicated, but in practice, everything's actually really smooth, and it actually works really well. Like, the gameplay of Other M is actually really good. People just hate on it because it gave a silent protagonist a voice. And,
which most people don't enjoy.
Well, I think people would have been fine with it, but they made her a bit of a whiny bitch.
But I mean, isn't she like not like a mercenary at that point? She's like in the army or something along those lines.
She was in the army. She left the army because fuck the rules. But when you get to the bottle ship, which is where, okay.
I know, I know what happened. It's the big plot turning point.
So, the timeline of events is Super Metroid. Is it Super Metroid? Which one has the baby Metroid that sacrifices itself?
Super Metroid.
What, is it?
Super Metroid.
It is Super Metroid? Okay, so
Super
timeline
Metroid.
is Super Metroid is first, and that is Samus's first outing as a mercenary, and it's like right after she left the army. Then, because of what she just went through fighting the space pirates and everything, and she like needed to let the Galactic Federation know and everything.
Wait,
like,
wouldn't regular Metroid be first and then Super Metroid?
I don't remember. All I know is that it's Super Metroid and then Other M. Because
okay, alright. No,
yeah, at the start of Other M, you get a 3D cutscene of the baby Metroid exploding over your head.
Okay, yeah.
And then Samus is in Galactic Federation base, headquarters, something, whatever. And they brought her back to health, repaired her suit, whatever. And then she leaves, goes on her way, whatever, and she gets a distress call from the bottle ship. And when she gets there, she finds the crew of people that when she was in the army, that was like her squad, run by Adam Malkovich as the commanding officer.
Who shows up as an AI.
In
I say that in air quotes, in Fusion, yeah.
Yeah. So this is like her second.
That was the last quest.
Oh
no,
that was short.
I thought there would be more. That was short.
Yeah. So Metroid Other M is like her second, maybe third mission as a bounty hunter, which okay, I get it, she's not a battle-hardened warrior yet, but like how long was she in the army then? Like 6 months? Right? Like I don't know. Like, I understand why people have gripes with the story. I think the story is serviceable for what they were trying to tell. But I also understand why people don't like it. That all being said, when you think of it in consideration of the timeline of events, it makes more sense than thinking she is a battle-hardened warrior and this is how she's behaving. No, this is a prequel game.
No, yeah. I've always known that. Plot-wise.
That being said, could have just been a silent protagonist. Maybe something happened with, like Ridley. Oh, that's the other thing. She has a PTSD flashback when fighting Ridley. And people hate that scene. But I think it makes sense. Like,
didn't he kill her parents?
Yeah, Ridley kills her parents in front of her, leaves her alive for whatever reason, and she part of her whole reasoning for joining the army and then becoming a mercenary was to get revenge. And it's like, okay, so at the end of Super Metroid, she thinks Ridley's dead. She thinks it's over. She thinks the space pirates are done. She took care of them. There are no Metroids. She killed them all. And then she goes to the bottle ship where, spoiler, if you care.
I think I already know it, but yeah.
Turns out the Galactic Federation liked the Metroid weapons. So they're trying to recreate everything.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
So, turns out Ridley's alive. It's not the same Ridley. Obviously, she did kill that Ridley. But it's she went looking for revenge. She got her revenge. And now the monster that killed her parents is in front of her again. Yeah, I think I'd have a PTSD flashback too. I might freeze up as well.
No, I don't see why people would complain about that. I'll have to look more into it.
Oh, people hate that scene.
I understand people's gripe with not, wanting a silent protagonist to always be silent. It would be strange for, Legend of Zelda to give Link a voice after all this time, right? It would just be an odd, thing
Link
to do.
and Samus are also just different characters by design.
Yeah. No, I know, but I'm saying, like, you get the same. Probably
Yeah,
the
you'd
same
probably get the same
backlash.
reaction. But Link, I would understand more, depending on what the story they're trying to tell is. but I would understand people being unhappy about a Legend of Zelda game with voice acting and giving Link a voice. More than why people think Metroid Other M is a bad game.
Yeah, for what I've seen of it, it always seems fairly decent. But,
because, like, they make it pretty obvious that she's having a PTSD moment, because she literally turns, for a moment, she turns into, like, baby Samus. And she's, like, freaking out. Like, you literally see from her perspective the fire of her home burning and Ridley flying over it and everything. Like, they make it as obvious as possible what's happening, and people hate on that scene. And like, it's immediately followed up by probably the best boss fight in the entire game. But people can't look past how the fight is introduced, and they just decide, no, this is a bad game.
Yeah.
When I get my Wii U back, I should stream Other M. It'd be fun. I haven't played it in forever.
Well, I was gonna say I haven't played Metroid game in forever. I played the remake of Metroid 2.
Yeah. Oh my god. That was... I enjoyed the game. I think I basically got 100% without really trying. And like, I know that there's like different end screens for like how fast you beat the game, but I've never really considered that as 100% for me. Like, beating it fast isn't necessary in my opinion. I know it is for some people, such as the completionist, but for me, if I get 100% of the items and enjoyed my time with the game, that's good enough for me. I don't need to get 100% in less than 5 hours or whatever it is.
I can agree with that. Where's the next quest for this?
I don't know. Find it.
That's probably my journal. What I do want to do though is level a melee class. Let's see. Yeah, because you got a while to go before you get to the Avery, which is the first dungeon, if memory serves me right. It's a cool dungeon. Actually, I really like the weapons from that dungeon.
I think I can. Yeah. What other old games that people hate on that we like?
Honestly, don't know. People don't like Skyward Sword. I enjoyed Skyward Sword. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I never understood people's complaints about the controls. I thought they weren't great, but
I mean, you had to play slow and patient, but like, I agree, like, I never had an issue with them. Like, I was surprised when I found out that people didn't like Skyward Sword. I was, like, genuinely surprised. And, like, so, Skyward Sword HD is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably buying it.
I probably won't. Well, I probably won't right away. But yeah.
It's funny because, like, I saw the announcement for Skyward Sword HD, and like I was watching the direct, and I was just like, yes, I like this game. I don't need it because I still have my Wii copy. But why not? Like, why not, right? Like, it's a game I like. I'll enjoy playing it again on the newer system with better graphics. Which, for that matter, the HD doesn't even look like it's gonna be that much better than the original.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, that's what happens when you go for an art style like that, right? Like, Wind Waker, they probably could have gotten away with not doing the HD Wind Waker, just re-releasing it on Wii U.
Yeah.
But I do think Wind Waker HD looks much better than OG. But yeah, like, I'm watching the announcement. They announced Skyward Sword HD. I'm like, yeah, awesome. That'll be like I get to play not my favorite Zelda game, but a good Zelda game on Switch. And I immediately followed that up with, oh shit, Joy-Con motion controls and Joy-Con drift. And then 2 seconds later they were like, and there will be a mode where you can play with the Pro Controller and use the right stick to control the sword. And I'm just like, hell yeah! I don't know why that feature wasn't included for Super Mario Galaxy.
I don't know. I still find it strange that they released Super Mario Galaxy and then are unreleasing it. Like,
Oh,
why
the 3D
unreleased
All-Stars?
collection?
Yeah. Mostly just for FOMO, right? Fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Like, make people buy, or like try to make people buy as many copies as possible in a short period of time, and then say, hey, if you don't buy it now, you can never buy it. So you better buy it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Like, I understand the tactic, but at the same time, really dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, like, I bought it because
No, I bought it too, so I can't say it, but...
okay, so the reason why it's mostly a scam for people is a lot of the older people that have nostalgia for the games that would want it, or like are the potential market for it, right? A lot of them still have their old game consoles and stuff, right? So like all the gamers that still keep their GameCube and Nintendo 64, like they still have their copies of these games and their Wiis. But the other thing, right, is that especially 64 and Sunshine, there's really good emulators for those games. So why would you pay for the probably worse Nintendo emulators than just download the stronger, like the better emulators on your stronger PC.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, to all those arguments, I understand how the 3D All-Stars pack is a scam. But, for me, like, in general, I don't like emulating when possible. Like, for specific reasons, I will play an emulator.
Mm-hmm.
But if possible, I prefer to play original copies of stuff. Like, the fact that I can't get Final Fantasy 1 or 2 in a streamable, recordable fashion without emulating is really annoying to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it can't be helped because Square Enix have basically decided that they're bad games that are never getting released again.
Yeah.
I mean, there were the PSP remakes, but other than that, I don't think they'll ever put them on Steam. Like, every game after 2 is on Steam, but 1 and 2 are not.
I don't know.
Anyways, so I have a Nintendo 64. I have tried to get a copy of Super Mario 64 for years. Do you know how much they sell for, typically?
I don't. It's probably quite a bit.
Usually over $100.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Simply because it's Super Mario 64.
Mm-hmm.
I have never owned a GameCube. I own a Wii, so technically, if I bought a copy of Mario Sunshine, I could play it on my Wii. But I've never owned a GameCube. So, for me, the $80 Super Mario 3D All-Stars, a third of it is a game that I can play at any time.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 I would have to emulate anyways, so for me it made sense to buy it. Yeah, it's supporting Nintendo in a scummy decision of how to release those games, especially since Super Mario Galaxy 2 wasn't on it.
Which doesn't make sense. But
Like, I know that there's a lot of theories about the developers not liking Galaxy 2 because they were forced to make it under Super Crunch.
yeah.
But, like, that's really no reason to upscale it and, like, reformat the controls.
Mm-hmm.
It's so odd, right? Like,
Yeah, it's a strange thing.
I don't know. Like, we can speculate all we want, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, like, Nintendo is basically refusing to comment on the fact that Galaxy 2 exists, right? Like, in all the promotional stuff and all the videos and directs and everything, Super Mario Galaxy 2 was completely ignored.
It's strange, but
Like, it's not like the game sold bad.
no, not by any means. I know. It's one of those strange things.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, all I was trying to get at was while I understand why to most people it wasn't worth buying Super Mario 3D All-Stars, for me it was, because the only game on it that I have is Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else I had to, like, I would have to emulate for, so. Now, Super Mario 35, that's super dumb, not keeping it on. Or not keeping it on, yeah, not keeping it online.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, it's just strange.
Speaking of Nintendo and bad decisions, remember when they deceased and what is it?
But I know what you mean. Yeah.
Super Metroid, or not Super Metroid, Metroid 2 remake. Another
Oh,
Metroid
yeah.
2 remake, and then
Yeah.
not even a month later announced Metroid 2 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
That was just
I mean,
something
at least we knew the reason why they did it.
Yeah, we figured that one out pretty quick, huh?
Yeah.
Nintendo is absolutely insane sometimes. Makes no sense to me.
I mean, it makes sense because it's not like they're...
Oh.
Actually, I best way to word this. I guess, unlike Capcom, or like, I forget which other company, but I know Capcom for certain. Sega and Capcom both don't mind like fan games and that kind of stuff. Like Sonic Mania exists. That was literally a fan game.
Yeah, they literally hired the fan game programmer to design Sonic Mania.
Mega Man Cross the Street Fighter was a fan thing. Like a bunch of other stuff, but when you look at the grand scheme of things, well, mostly Sega. Sega, let's be real here, doesn't have much going recently. So for them, it's a popularity boost. For Capcom, I don't know, Capcom's just basically always been like that when it comes to that kind of stuff. But even for them, it's a way for them to boost popularity. For Nintendo, they already have all this popularity, and I guess for them, for people to draw away from it and buy, play something when they could be buying something that's made by Nintendo, like, yes, that's how they think about it. I don't know, but that's how I look at it.
Like okay, they're completely in their legal right to do the things they do. That doesn't mean it's not scummy and asshole-ish.
No, yeah.
Or morally right.
The visions terrified me at first. They came without warning. I wondered what I had done
also,
to deserve them.
Iceheart and Midgard Soma.
But I had no time to ponder such things. Once
yes.
the calamity came. The land turned
we need to do the first dungeon.
And in a matter of hours,
so that I can level Pugils.
Of ice and snow. We had
I don't
no
know.
choice
This was just a duty.
Oh yeah, you don't hit the Avery, so. a little
I've
while
always
later.
searched for a way
Once the
through.
quest started hitting like a level
There was an
53, then you
avalanche,
get it.
Mm.
and then I was alone. So I set forth for Dravania. I knew full well what might happen
The
where I
start of
turned,
Heaven's Ward is kind of slow, now
but I
that I
could
think
not
about it.
survive
Once you
on
hit
my
the
own.
Avery, and like, things start rolling
I
plot-wise,
was
it gets good.
found, of course. And not by a mere dragon,
Oh.
but by the great worm Hraesvelgr.
Hraesvelgr,
And
no.
it was then that I knew why I had been given this gift. For with it I heard his voice and saw the truth through his eyes.
So, wait. No, that's
I
not
was
how that
chosen
works.
to deliver this revelation to the people. To bring dragon and man together as they once were and should ever be.
If you want to bring dragon and man together, why are you fucking attacking people?
Wait, why is who attacking what?
Iceheart. So you know what I just said in response to her?
No.
Killing people doesn't bring them together, right?
Mm-hmm.
What will I say? Killing civilians won't bring them together, or what of the innocents who died when you attacked Foundation? Yeah, yeah, that was literally what I thought when I first heard what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, Shiva.
It wasn't supposed to be like that. You have to believe me. It was beyond my control.
Beyond your control, huh?
Children taught to fear the skies, who saw their loved ones slaughtered.
Mm-hmm.
Yet the Dravanians, though they know where the fault truly lies, fell upon them with such fury.
Dravanians are the
Men die,
dragons, right?
and their children forget. But we are everlasting.
Yes. Yeah.
For us, then
Yeah.
is as now.
I had to think about that, but yeah.
Thou canst not comprehend the violation, the outrage, the fury.
I will make this right.
Alright, so
I am
let's work
neither a
together.
saint nor a savior, just another sinner. Yet I will not forsake this cause. I cannot. I will see this cycle broken and peace restored.
Alright, so
We can do naught else, for we are now as one.
So, if I'm picking up what you're putting down, Iceheart, it seems like, while I'm sure people would still be scared at first, it's the dragons that need to just, stop showing up and attacking people.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people would be pretty fine with being friends with the dragons if they weren't always scared that they would, just turn around and eat you.
Yeah, basically.
Hi, Artoriel. Not too late. I already killed everyone except Iceheart because she's bae. Tis a pity Lady Iceheart escaped. Yeah, I kind of just watched as she walked away. She definitely beat me up and and escaped. Mm-hmm. Definitely didn't just let her leave. Nope.
Okay.
Midgard somewhere. I won't tell if you don't tell. Deal? Where's this side quest?
No.
I'm trying to do them while I'm near.
No, I just mess with you. I don't have it, man.
Also, I think it's actually outside the farmhouse. I like my staff that glows.
My staff is cool.
Outside. Hot-tempered night. Hello. Ooh, ice clusters or ice... What? Oh, I think I'm getting all of them. Never mind. Hello, frost grenades. Yeah. I don't know. I think Nintendo would wise up and maybe not do things as they currently do if people, you know, actually held them responsible and didn't just buy whatever they put out anyways.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if Super Mario 3D All-Stars sold like a tenth of the copies that... Oh, well, perfect example. Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Like, they basically came out at the same time, but Mario 3D All-Stars has FOMO, it's going away, and the other one, Mario 3D World, is not. Unless it is. It better not be.
Think so? I know my brother bought it, so I own it by extension, I guess.
Hold on. Now I need to look this up.
Kugane looks so good. Love this place.
I just want to make sure that...
I know it's literally just Japan, but it's cool.
Super Mario 3D World. I guess
I can
should
start
do
these relic weapons without having to do
Bowser's Fury.
raids. Oh, I forgot about the dude with the glasses and that. Oh, I love this guy. Just look at him. You have everyone else, then you have this dude with the Vash the Stampede glasses. To be honest, I don't really care about the plot.
Oh yeah. I forgot. I knew, but I forgot. You can't buy 3D All-Stars anymore.
No, really?
Nope. It, I believe it was supposed to go away after March 31st. Yep. Continue to be shipped to retailers and available for purchase through March 31st, 2021 or while supplies last. Basically saying you can still, like, if stores still have it past the date, like, they're fine to sell it until they run out of copies, but they're not, stores aren't going to get shipped more copies. Which, you know, is pretty dumb. But yeah, from what I can tell, 3D World does not have a going away date. Sorry, you were saying something about the guy with glasses.
Like you missed it. Basically, man, just looks like Vash the Stampede from Trigun.
Okay. I did look over and saw the guy.
This is what he reminds me of every time I see him. I just forgot he existed. Okay. Apparently I can do these weapons without doing other raids, so I will do this.
I mean, it's kind of funny, because when you think about it, every game, like especially hard copies, are only going to be made and sold for so long, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't go to the store and buy Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Like, it's not being made and it's not sold anymore. So, like, the fact that the 3D All-Stars went away isn't shocking. It was just that you had like 8 months to buy it before it went away.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what this area is.
Like,
What is Eureka?
and the fact that they're not selling it digitally is super dumb.
Yeah. This is pretty cool.
I don't understand the not selling digitally at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's 300. I lose all my. I don't lose my skills. Okay.
I don't know. I'm tempted to get 3D World. Because the Bowser's Fury actually looks pretty fun.
Yeah, I know. I know my brother said it was pretty fun.
Like, I'm not a speedrunner. That's not how I enjoy games. I've watched speedruns of Bowser's Fury. It actually looks kind of fun to play the game like that. Like, I've been thinking about getting it just to do that. But at the same time, being able to play 3D World again would be cool. And we could play online.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, you can play multiplayer online.
I didn't know that. Well, maybe I did. I just didn't remember.
Well, I mean, it's Nintendo Switch Online, so good luck having everyone with a stable connection. But it is possible. Yep, that's me. I killed everybody. I wish I hadn't, now that I know what they were actually doing, but whatever, too late. No point crying over spilt blood, right? That was a joke. We're allowed to laugh, even if it's a bad joke. Matt?
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell if you're concentrating or if I'm just not funny tonight.
No, I chuckled. I was just trying to figure out how this worked.
Okay, I think your chuckle was too quiet for Discord.
Probably. Okay, so...
Okay, I need to figure out how to get between these zones, because it's gonna drive me crazy. Okay. So it says there's a path here, and I see the transfer line, but I can't walk through. Is it seriously only teleporting or chocobo border from here? It might be. Oh yeah. Using the chocobo, Matt, was 5 gil, teleporting is 174.
Ah,
Obviously teleporting is gonna be a lot faster, but you're saving a lot of money. Okay, I need to refill my drink. I will be back in a second.
oh my goodness. Image. Yes. I know. Let's... Oh, okay, I see. I see. So that weapon that I have is somewhere. Looks like I've gotten rid of it. Hmm.
Okay, I'm back. Hello? Hi.
I was trying to figure out how this works.
Okay.
So, kill stuff, I guess. I have to go buy back the base weapon.
So, I mentioned the smartwatch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I was actually interested in is it keeps track of how you sleep. And I don't know how accurate it is, but if the graphs are accurate, I'd say I sleep terribly.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of orange awake throughout the night. I've had it for 3 nights now. Tonight will be the 4th. Every single night has a lot of awake.
Mm-hmm.
The first night I had it, compared to the typical range, I didn't reach deep sleep at all. I had the perfect amount of light sleep, barely had the right amount of REM sleep, and was awake for more than typical. And then the second night, I just barely didn't touch the typical for deep sleep, was over in light sleep, had like 0 REM sleep, and was awake for almost 2 hours during a 5.5 hour sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's curious, because if it's accurate, that would explain why I never feel rested when I wake up in the morning.
Makes sense.
At the same time, I kind of hope it's not accurate, because it's kind of scary at how badly I sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Only way to know for sure is to keep using it. Keep looking at it. It doesn't help that most nights I go to bed around 1 or 2 a.m. and then try to get up around 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I have to go to the Calamity Salvager, which means I have to leave Eureka. Where's the ship that leaves? Over here. Okay. Yes. Okay, I'll figure this out eventually. So now I have to go. Guess I can go anywhere, but I remember. Calamity Salvager. Pacific Gear.
Who's Houcherfont again?
He was the guy who got you into Ishgard. He was the one who gave you like residence. He's the dude from House Four Temps.
He's the dad?
No, Harshavant's the son. I forget the dad's name. Harshavant's the knight. He's like the youngest son.
Oh, that guy. Okay, I remember. He was like main quest giver for a while in Camp Dragonhead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Okay. No, because I just finished Artoriel's, whatever his name was, side of the Ishgard quest, and he kept mentioning Hausherfon and how he's like not really respected by, or wasn't respected by their mother, and wasn't really the only one who thought of him like that. She
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
the only one.
most people don't respect him. They drive that point home, I think, quite a bit, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm. So, like, he was half hoping I'd fail, but, you know, being me, I accepted it without fear and accomplished it timely and alive. Another cutscene for this new area. Ooh, pretty. Sea of clouds. Oh, I just remembered something. So I've been playing Final Fantasy IX on my own time.
Conceived within the fecund mind of Sid
I haven't
Karloff,
played it in a little while
renegade prodigy of
because
Garlemald, who had come to call
the
Eorzea home.
the last time I played, there was a very long cutscene, and because I'm basically at the end of the game, I think, or very close to. So there was a very long cutscene with a lot of plot stuff,
High into the heavens,
and at the end of
isles of earth
cutscene,
and stone
it
floated
went to
as
a black
clouds.
screen, as if
A
it was
frontier
loading the
the
next
knights of Ishgard
area
had
or cutscene
scarce
or whatever,
begun to explore.
and I waited 10
To a
minutes
fledgling outpost
and nothing
within
changed.
the sea of clouds, where careworn scouts ever scanned the skies for winged shadows.
Music?
She
Good sign.
Yeah, music was playing, just controls didn't do anything, and it was just stuck on a black screen.
Nice.
So I shut it down, and I haven't opened it again since, because I haven't wanted to rewatch the cutscene.
That's fair.
It wasn't that long of a cutscene compared to other games, but I still haven't wanted to sit back down and finish it. Especially since I basically found out that there's some stuff very early in the game that, because I didn't know about at the time, I can't do anymore.
Okay.
And like, this was a PlayStation or PlayStation 2 game where if you don't do things before a certain point, they're just gone.
Which Final Fantasy is it again?
9.
Okay, yeah.
So I think because I didn't know about this stuff and I didn't do it literally at the beginning of the game, there's like a treasure hunter guy who
Mhm.
ranks your treasure hunting rank, and you get like there's various ways that you get points towards that. The main ones being opening chests and finding like hidden field icons.
Mhm.
And I think because I didn't know that this existed, I think I missed enough at the beginning of the game that it's impossible for me to get the highest rank and get the unique item for the quest from the quest now. Which means to get 100%, I'd have to start over, and there's a lot of grinding for some chocobo stuff that
Oh, I need 400 crystals. Cool.
that I'm
Alright.
not looking forward to doing again. So I was gonna just finish the game and maybe start over. If I ever play the game again, I'm doing it with a walkthrough because I don't want to miss anything again.
Yeah. Oh, I only need 100 to get the base one, and then I have to get the upgraded one, and then once I get the upgraded one, I have to get the next one. Yeah, I see how this is gonna go. Yep. It's usually how it goes, I guess.
Yeah.
Open lockboxes? I don't think I have any. No. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, so I just haven't felt like opening the game again and finishing it.
That's fair. Alright, let me go here. I mean, this is pretty cool. Eureka itself. It's like an entire island.
I think we talked about how there was some weird clone stuff happening at the end of that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what their names from the Crystal Tower were clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I think the glitched cutscene happened after that stream, and I haven't played since.
Ah.
I'm pretty sure that if I went and did it tomorrow, it would... If all I did was story stuff and didn't look for any side quests or anything, I'm pretty sure I could finish the story stuff in like an hour. Or not an hour, like 4 hours. An afternoon. Especially since, because of the grinding I was doing for specific stuff when I found out about it, I am well over leveled now and have no difficulty with any fights.
Yeah. I keep wanting to do Scorch. It doesn't exist at this point in the game. I'm like, where is Scorch? Why is this not happening? That's why. Because it didn't exist. Okay, alright, time to get 100 of these crystals.
Speaking of grinding, when you play RPGs, do you like to try to grind to max level, or like early on get some extra levels so that the rest of the game is easier, or do you just play?
I just play, usually, unless the game, like, I hit a wall and I'm like, yeah, I need to go sit here and grind, but otherwise I'll just play. That's normally how I go about it.
So I usually play like that. The first game that I ever purposefully like the first JRPG that I purposefully grinded to max level in was Bravely Default. And this was for a couple of reasons. One was, and I don't know why I decided this, I decided that for myself, 100% of the game meant having max job level for every job on every character.
Yes.
And just in the process of trying to do that, I hit level 99 on each character before I hit max job level for each one.
Yeah.
Like, when you get into the near end game, though, like there's some fights that give a lot of experience and aren't particularly difficult.
Yeah.
And on top of that, there's a boss rush that happens right before the end of the game. And so it's a boss rush of every boss. Not every boss. So you've played Bravely Default, right?
Bits and pieces.
But okay, so you remember how there's like the asterisks bosses? So like you beat the White Mage and the Monk at the start of the game, and you get the White Mage and Monk asterisk, so now you can have those jobs.
Yeah.
It's all of those boss fights, except it's every job set up so that there's 4 of the characters per fight, and it's like the maximum synergy possible in every fight. And they're the hardest things in the fucking game. I was level 99 with max job on every character, and I used, like, I had to actually switch strategies depending on the fight I was going into. Because even though I was level 99, some of their strategies would do 9,999 damage in one hit to a character, which is the maximum your health can be unless you take a specific skill that lets your max health, like, that increases your max health past that.
Yeah. Sorry, no, I pulled too many things and died.
So, like, these were fucking hard, even at max level. And it's funny because I remember starting it on a camping trip, and I remember spending like a lot of that trip, but also like the next 2 or 3 weeks after, just trying to beat this gauntlet. And I couldn't. Like, it was too hard. I couldn't beat it. So
Yeah.
I put the game down for like 5 months or something like that. For some reason, I have the number 5 specifically in my head thinking about this. So I want to say like I didn't play the game for like 5 months, and then thought of it again. So I was just like, whatever. I'll give it a few attempts. And like like I remembered all my strategies for all the fights. First try that day, I got extremely lucky and beat all of them. And I was just like, oh, I guess I'm gonna do the actual game, like, story now. And like 2 hours later, I was seeing the actual end credits. But I remember that gauntlet, and I think I remember most of my strategies still, because there was one particular set that I liked using, which depending on the fight wouldn't work. But yeah, like I accidentally got to level 99 and then found that fight, and even at max level couldn't beat it. So I was just like, oh, I have to actually think and strategize. So that was a lot of fun. And like I said, like, even the grinding itself wasn't even particularly difficult or long to do. But yeah, that's a good memory. I want to play that. I want to play Bravely Default again. Which is funny, because I still haven't played Bravely Second. And Bravely Default. And Bravely Default 2 is on Switch.
I forgot that game.
Yeah, I tried to play the demo when it came out, but that demo was... It was as hard as the Bravely Default demo.
No, it's stupid.
Which, it's funny, I'm pretty sure they actually released a patch to balance the demo better.
No, they did.
Because people were telling them, yeah, the demo's really fucking hard. Please, like, why?
No, yeah, I remember that being a thing.
But I mean, hey, like, I'd rather it be hard than run in and kill everything, right? Uh-oh. Please don't die, 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 please don't die. Please don't hit that Pysa. It hit that Pysa. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm gonna fucking die. Ah! Okay, I'm healed. Oh, Shelly's not attacking them because I didn't hit them with a single target spell yet. Fuck, I forgot. So that's a fun little thing, if you didn't know that.
What?
If you don't hit an enemy with a single target ability, your Chocobo doesn't attack them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cause, like, I drew a bunch of things because I was using Holy. Also, I drew 3 things to me trying to get to this destination. And, like, I hit the first thing with Arrow, and then was just spamming Holy in between heals. And, yeah, your Chocobo doesn't start attacking things unless you hit them with a single target ability.
What? Why am I not chaining it? Am I missing something?
I don't know.
Does it have to be the elemental type I'm good against? Oh.
Why are these things meowing at me? What is this creature? A gaily cat. Looks like a bat. Huh. I'm actually starting to get low on Geishel greens. I really like JRPGs. I'm trying to think what my favorite ones are. Bravely Default is definitely up there. Octopath Traveler. Which, speaking, now that I'm thinking of Octopath Traveler, I think, so there's a, I thought it was an optional boss, now I don't know, but there's a boss in the game that I still haven't beaten. Not part of anyone's story, I think. Just in an area that you can't really access until after you've beaten the game. I don't think the boss shows up until after you've beaten the game. I never beat that because I tried, it's kind of the same story as with Bravely Default, with the exception that I'm not max level in Octopath Traveler. But like I was trying what I found to be the strongest team setup, for me at least, and I tried several times and just couldn't beat it, so I figured I'd have to grind several levels at least to try and make the fight a bit easier. So there's that, but I forget who I was watching, but they started talking about the game, and they mentioned that there's like none of the like there's the 8 characters, and they each have their own stories and their own chapters, but they never cross, right? Like each of them have, like they like even though you're all traveling together, you don't actually, like, none of them actually affect each other's stories, but the way they were talking about it, it seemed as if there was a secret boss that you have, like there's beating the game with one character, right? Like technically, if you beat the game with one character, the game is considered beaten. Or like at the very least their story is beaten. But from what they were saying, it seemed like there was a secret boss that once everybody's chapters were completed would appear for you to fight. And like the characters actually interact with each other during the story up to the boss, and like the way they were talking, it seemed like it actually involved all the characters.
Yeah.
Which, if it's the boss that I couldn't beat, then that doesn't make sense, because from what I remember of the build up to that boss, it really didn't affect any character.
Mm-hmm.
It was just you go back to an area and it's like, oh yeah, there's a thing killing people. Can you go kill the thing killing everybody?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
So if that's if there actually is a secret boss that involves and all the characters and it like tries to explain how all their stories are like affect each other and everything, then I want to find that. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I just missed it because I was like I found that one boss and then never left the area, or what.
Yeah. I honestly, I couldn't tell you. I've never played the game. It always looked good, but I just never bought it.
I will say that the art style and soundtrack are definitely the best parts. I think particular characters' stories are better than others. But I do agree with the common criticism that of why don't the stories like actually intersect more and affect each other, and like you can make the characters in your party like have conversation with each other. I think that was the thing. And like they all interact with each other differently depending on who's in the party and whatever. But like it doesn't affect the story of anybody, which like really how's it supposed to. But it would have been interesting for the like things happening in one person's story to actually have an effect on, or like an explanation for why things are happening in another person's story, but they're all basically completely isolated. Which then makes you wonder, well, why are all these people traveling together then, right?
Yeah.
Like, if it's just a numbers and support thing, then all like the only interaction to join up was you saw each other in this town and went, hey, I need help and support, and you look like you're important. You have the anime protagonist hair of this town.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If there is a secret boss that does that with the characters, I definitely want to find it. But that would also require me to go back to the game.
Yeah.
Which I haven't played in years. A game like that, though, you open it up, you see your characters and your items and your sets and everything, and you remember what you were doing, you remember your strategies.
Yeah.
Actually, the battle system of the game, I think, is really well done as well.
Wasn't it similar to Bravely Default?
Similar but different. So, Bravely Default, you can guard and like save up your turn points and then use up to 4 at a time, right? you default to save up points, and then you can brave and use multiple points to have multiple turns on one turn. Octopath Traveler kind of took that idea and twisted it. I'm trying to remember because it's been years. So like, there's a similar system to the Brave and Default where you can take multiple turns, but Bravely Default was interesting because you could actually go negative and like use multiple turns, but then you spend the next however many turns unable to do anything, even guard, until you get back to 0. You can't do that in Octopath Traveler. You can only use, I think you can only use up to 4 at one time, but if you take a turn to guard, then you get extra for the next turn, or like you can build it up. But the important mechanic is each enemy has a number of weaknesses, and this is shown like next to the enemy health bar, and they have a break number. So what happens is every time you hit an enemy with a weapon, and that's the other thing, characters can have multiple weapons equipped at the same time, and when you declare your attack, you say which weapon they're using.
That's cool.
So whenever you make an attack with a weapon or spell element that the enemy is weak to, they lose a break point, and when they hit 0, they become stunned. And while they're stunned, they take extra damage and can't do anything until the end of until the end of their turn, until the end of the turn.
Yeah.
So what I would always try to do, until the end of the next turn. So like you break them on this turn, and then next turn they're stunned and can't do anything. But if you break them before their action on that turn, then like it interrupts their turn and they can't do anything for the rest of that turn and the next turn. So my strategy is typically save up action points, and so that I can use enough action points to break the enemy this turn and have enough next turn so that I can get maximum attacks from every character. And like depending on the enemy or boss, like breaking them can make them change forms and different stuff like that as well. But typically it's just their defense is weakened, so they take extra damage and they're stunned. So what I like most about it though is that you don't actually have to memorize what every enemy is weak to, because uh, it's shown next to them. And so, like, let's say an enemy is weak to 4 different things, and it's the first time you're seeing the enemy, it'll just be 4 question marks next to their bar. And then when you hit them with one thing that they're weak to, it'll reveal in the proper spot. Like, it'll change one of the question marks to that weapon type.
Yeah.
So what I found is that the weapon types were always in the same order. So I think there's 6 different weapon types and 5 different magic elements.
Oh, I made a mistake. This is like a level 9.
And you're dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm probably gonna get off.
Yeah. So, the magic weaknesses were always at the end of the question marks, and the weapon weaknesses were always at the front. And I don't remember the rest of the order, but actually I think I do remember. The weapon order was always dagger, sword, axe, spear, then axe, bow, and then rod.
Mm-hmm.
And then the magic element type was fire, ice, electric, wind, holy. So if I hit an enemy with the sword and it appears in the first question mark, then I don't need to test the dagger, because I know that it's not weak to the dagger, because the dagger would have been in the first question mark spot, not the sword.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was cool, because it's actually putting your knowledge to the test once you realize that that's how that functions. Otherwise, unless you game over and you are re-seeing an enemy for the first time, you don't have to memorize what things are weak to.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, the boss that I couldn't beat, I just remembered that one of the tricks to it, and one of the... It's a trick several bosses use towards the late game. Whenever you break it, it changes what it's weak to. So I think when you first fight it, it has... I think it's weak to dagger, rod, fire, and holy. Some weird combination like that. And then when you break it once, it changes to sword, spear, axe, and then like ice and wind for magic. And it's like great. Like, so you need enough variety of weapons so that everyone can keep hitting it for break points. And you also need someone to heal, because it hits like a fucking truck. And yeah, I don't know. Now that I'm talking about it, I might spend tomorrow afternoon trying to beat that boss again. I've had a good night reminiscing about old games and stuff. How about you, Matt?
No, it's been fun. 27 out of 100.
27 out of 100? Jesus Christ.
I'm sure there's a better way to do this. I'll have to look it up later. Okay, I'm gonna head off. I am fired.
Yeah. I wanted to try and get the rest of this story stuff done. I might not. We'll see.
I figure it's pretty long. Like,
well,
so you get.
Like, I did the other half in like an hour and a half, right? So I figured this one would be similar length. Oh, this is a fate. This is not the quest that I'm doing. But I'll admit, while talking about Octopath Traveler, I was looking for an NPC and kept running around in circles and not checking different areas. So that added a bit of time to how long this is gonna take.
The area's really nice though. It's one of my more favorite areas.
Oh, yeah, like I was having fun playing in the snow. Like, this place is pretty. I love floating island aesthetic.
They do it a few times. It's not the first time. Well, they sort of do it again on a smaller scale, but yeah, it's cool.
So let's see. Okay, that's the crystal I had to find. Bring it back here, stop here on the way back. Probably have to do a duty at the end of this.
I think you did.
Last time. Well, I had to on the other half of the world, right? That makes sense. I think it was like 10 quests and then the duty or something like that. Maybe a few more quests than that.
Yeah.
So, if it's similar numbers, then I should be almost done. But yeah, tonight was a lot of fun. Tuesday for Monster Hunter?
Sure. Yeah, should be good.
If you need to do it on a different day, just let me know.
Yeah, no, it should be fine.
Boots. Look at.
So I was wrong.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not liking this armor set currently.
The Jester set?
Yeah.
Don't worry, it gets replaced fairly quickly.
That's good.
So,
I really like the white and gold set before this. The Daystar stuff. Daystar, yeah, Daystar. It's all Daystar. But all the stuff related to the, like, not all of it's called Daystar, I don't think. Or did I just? Oh no, I guess I just got these gloves from something else. But yeah, I really like the Daystar aesthetic.
no, it looks pretty. Yeah, no, you got a while before you hit dungeons and the blood picks up.
Yeah.
Like you get a while. You got like a little while, maybe. What is that? 12, 14, 16, 18.
Oh, I just saw the quest name, A Series of Unfortunate Events. That's a show. And a movie.
And a book.
And a book.
Yeah. Yeah, but you get a while. You hit a trial first, and then you hit dungeon, and then you don't need another dungeon for a while.
Yeah. So Netflix adaptation of Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events, right? Comes out.
I think, yeah.
My mom and I are watching it because it looked really interesting to us, so we're watching it. And the entire time that we're watching the first 2 episodes of it, I keep thinking, this is really familiar. I think I've seen this before. And like I asked my mom, like does this seem familiar to you? Like, do you think we've watched this before? And she's like, it seems and she agreed, it seemed familiar, but we couldn't quite remember or place like why it was, right? And like, it's just the first 2 episodes that seem like this, and the characters, obviously. And thinking maybe we saw something like it on Netflix, I looked up Unfortunate Events or Lemony Snicket or something. Oh, hey look, Duty. There was nothing on at the time, so we were just like, whatever. And I looked it up later after we were done watching it and found out about the movie. So we must have watched the movie, like, what if it was being aired on TV or something one time. Because, like, I remembered Sunny being in that birdcage and the whole marriage thing to get the fortune. Like, it was all so familiar that I swear I watched it before. So, about a month ago, I don't remember why, I just happened to look up on Netflix the series because I wanted to rewatch it and it wasn't on my list for whatever reason. Netflix has the movie now.
Yeah.
So you can watch the movie on Netflix right now, or at the time. It might be gone. It's probably still on. It wasn't that long ago that I saw it. So I started watching it, and I swear to God, it can't be possible, but I swear that the actresses for, I think her name's Violet, the daughter, not the baby, and the actor for Count Olaf are the exact same. I think I looked up at the time. I don't remember if the actor for Olaf is the same or not. Very possibly it could be. But like it's physically impossible for the child actor to still be that young to play the part again. And I can't remember the guy's name right now, but he looks completely different. And Sunny's a baby, so Sunny looks like Sunny. It's not hard to dress up 2 babies to look the same. And it was just so uncanny, everything being so similar, but just slightly different. Still a really good show. I think I prefer the show simply because there's more of it, but the movie's still good. Anyways, you're tired. You can leave now. I just saw the quest title and made me think of that.
I'm sorry. Yeah. What's this food?
Have a good night.
Alright, I can never get over this. Alright.
Bye. That's good. That's great. He puts up with my bullshit too much, though. Love you, Matt. That guy's gonna come fight me. Brambleweed Road. So if I had to guess, I'm probably gonna level up. Maybe not tonight. But I'll probably level up sooner rather than later. When I do, I believe the next White Mage quest unlocks at 56 for White Mage. Are you gonna come fight, or are you gonna leave it for underlings? I'll adjust stream layout in a second. And Discord stuff, I'll leave Discord too. Are you tired? You fucking... Hello. Come back? We're just gonna spam Holly for a second. Okay, let's go. Come on, don't just stand there. Have a lane. Come on. Out your font. Alright, have fun with that. Oh my god, 2 more. 3 more. Jeez. Hey, how's your fun? Why'd you bring all these guys here? Bye, how's your font? Anyways. The Menelane, the Lofty. Are you a good guy? Duty complete.
Horsemen's
Ah, it is voiced.
anger of Honu, chief of mighty Vondo, royals like blackest storm clouds. Offer netherlings to the white. Cloud sea swells and he comes.
Uh-oh. You guys trying to summon a primal? No, just a Titan, huh? Hello.
The white, mighty Bismarck, lord of the mists.
Uh-huh.
A flying whale? By the Fury, it's a primal.
I don't think so. Bye.
We must away.
I mean, maybe it's just a primal I don't recognize, but... Please don't walk into the...
Damn!
Well, time to spam holy for a little bit.
Bloody typical. All right, we're going in.
Hey, it's Sid.
Aye, aye, Chief.
Oh, I like their voices. I haven't heard them speak yet.
All aboard!
Yay, Sid! Yep, you two get on. What's your font? Nice jump. Flying whale. Hello. Yeah, jump better, dumbass. Don't tell me it. Oh, I have to go all the way back for that. Is this one voiced? Nope. Gods only know what might have happened had we not been around to save you. Not anything thanks though. It's not as if you haven't done it the same for us on a few previous occasions. Alright, more than a few. Smile. Thank you for the help. So as a blind chance that brought us together this time, in case you were wondering, the Holy See has petitioned the Ironworks for assistance with this creation of theirs, the Protector. Apparently they just can't seem to get her flying. Anyway, I came to Camp Cloudtop to cast an eye over the ship, only to learn that you had arrived some few days before with an Ishgardian lordling in tow. Small world, I thought, just as said Lordling's manservants get her into view, babbling about his master having been captured, and you risking all to rescue him, and the rest, as they say, is history. I like his coat. I want that coat. Right, well, I hate to cut short our reunion, but I am here on business after all, and the boys are already hard at work. Don't worry, old friend, we'll speak again soon, I promise. Thanks, Sid. Always appreciate a lift. 96,000. That puts me very close to that level up. Yeah, I might as well talk to this kid. Died. On the hand. Take to see and really exists a new primal. I guess it is a primal. Yeah, sure, whatever. That's theirs. I'm gonna go down, up and around, and then back. Can I jump off? Yay. Don't die. Good. Hello. Ah, damn it, I died. I didn't think it was that high. Damn it. Okay. Let's try that again. 267. Jeez, I should have gone the other way. Excuse me. Okay. 5321. Oh, I wasn't fully healed yet. And if I got into that another fight, then my healing would have slowed down, so I do want to get that one done before the other thing gets completed, so let's go this way. Excuse me. Ow. Oh my god. Gonna fight something? Nope, good. Well, not yet. Raise alone, I fear the worst. What happened out there? Oh my god, stop fucking crossing your feet. A primal? Are you sure? Yet, now that I think on it, this Bismarck is reminiscent of the white whale of Vanu legend. A massive creature said to swim in the sea of clouds. From what I have learned of comparable summonings, the presence of the Vanu's god would certainly explain the sudden change in their behavior towards the people of Camp Cloudtop. Ah! You mean to say that they have fallen under the Primal's influence? I recall reading of such things in documents provided by Master Alphanode. Aren't we forgetting something important, Lady Lynette? A little recognition of the hero of the hour, a few choice expressions of gratitude, respect, admiration, and so on. Why, yes, you are right, of course. Mistress Castanes deserves all that and more for having risked her life to rescue such an esteemed personage. Well, if there is naught else to discuss, I would depart for Ishgard forthwith. The Holy See and the Temple Knights must be informed of this new threat without delay. But of course, Mistress Castanes, we have done more than enough here. Pray return to Ishgard with Lord Hashafat and give my warmest regards to the Count. So that's it then. No more forays in Amatory? Very well, I can see my services are no longer needed. Take care, Lady Lynette. May our next meeting take place on a more felicitous... I fucking hate this guy. Whatever. He's a creep. All's well that ends well, eh? To the airship landing then. We can speak on the journey home. Sure. Another one? Really? Oh. Some earrings, huh? these give... I guess it would probably be faster to just teleport, but we'll run over. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish this quest line, make sure I don't have anything else, and then head back to Ishgard, finish off the reward long incoming quest, and then call that the end of the stream. Oh, I have to go all the way back over there, huh? No harm yet. Chase the sheep. Sheep with a very long monkey tail. Alright, they're French. I forgot about that. Interesting. Is that a dragon that just flew overhead or another player? I don't know. If it was a dragon, cool. If it was a player, also cool. I have a dragon though. You know what this area reminds me of aesthetically? It's kind of like Chronicles. Two, obviously, because of the Cloud Sea and everything, but a lot of areas in one have this like color palette and style to them. It's very reminiscent to that to me, which, now that I think about it, what came out first? I want to say this patch was 2015. And I want to say the Wii, like Xenoblade Chronicles came out on the Wii, and I want to say that came out before this. Heaven's Word. Yep. Heaven's Word released in 2015. Xenoblade Chronicles released June 2010. So yeah, I was right. It did come out first. Not necessarily saying that this area was inspired by that game, but aesthetically they look very similar to me. Oh, I thought we were gonna be friends. Oops. We've been friends, dude. You don't have to attack me. Did Devin do the sound for the Gale cat? Wow. Mr. Flappy Jack himself. Oh, that's what the ... is for. I thought you had to go somewhere else to actually change it. Oh, and it changes if it's above or below. This will like her the party. I suppose I just teleport. Whatever. I'll take the airship. And if I can't, then I teleport anyways. Let's see. This is another 96. How did I fall down here? Jeez. Anyways. so 96,000, which is these two. 24 plus 96 would be 40. 240. So yeah, I should actually level up from completing this quest. Which means next time we can do the White Mage quest. Ooh, what's my next White Mage stuff? The size. Deals unexpected damage with a bonus of 400 to all nearby enemies. Restores own HP and HP of nearby party members for 400, which is slightly weaker than Cure. Stronger than Medica 2, but doesn't have the regen. Oh, and it's a 45-second cooldown. What the fuck? Obviously, this is 90-second. I thought it said a second before, or a minute before. Never mind. Is there no arrow 3? It's just stone 4 and then what's that? Huh. Anyways. Who do I talk to get this airship going? Should be here. Yes. Yes, I will. Alright, back to the manor. Means we'll be able to accept the next main story quest after this, but we're not going to yet. We'll save that for next time. $56, $58, $60, $64. Oh. Let's enter the manor, our base of operations. Gosh, did you have to strike me so hard? French. Father, he did not approve of how I handled matters in Camp Cloudtop. How I endangered the lives of others through my own recklessness and incompetence. It's not easy playing the hero, is it? Oh, woe is me. I'm about to hit you too, bitch. See you later, kid. Level up! You can now accept the next class/job quest. These quests offer opportunities not only to earn guild items and gear, but also new class job specific actions. Not super stoked about a size, but eh. It's a new ability, and new abilities are always fun. But that is gonna be it for tonight. Let's find somebody to raid. Let's go hang out with Eugene. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you to all the lurkers and active chatters. You're all appreciated and you know who you are. Tonight was a lot of fun. Had some fun, reminiscent conversations with Matt. I had a good time. Did a bunch of side quests, did some story quests, made some progress into Heaven's Word. Starting to get the lay of the land and explore the new area. Have a good night, everybody. Oh no. I'm surprised. You know what? Before I raid anybody, I should actually make sure he's not about to end stream. No, he definitely looks like he's mid-run, or practice, at least. Alright, let's hit that raid. Go say hello to Eugene. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.
Kinda spooky.